Aloha, beloveds. Thank you so much for tuning in on this beautiful day. I'm My name is Athena Rose, and I'm speaking to you from the shores of Hilo Bay here on the big island of Hawaii. And I'd love to tune in with you today about where I'm at in my process of arriving here and how it can be of assistance. And what I'm feeling called to share today is to talk about the womb and taking good care of oneself. If you're a womb carrier and you bleed or don't bleed, and you're in your crone phase, I just started bleeding today, and it was a very welcome experience for me to be bleeding for the first time here on the big island of Hawaii, and looking forward to offering some of my moon blood back to the earth. I'd like to share some of my ritual and practices around womb blood. Moon blood in particular is a very potent source of creative power and potency. It has the capacity and it's meant to foster life, a new life, a human life. And so there's a huge amount of creative power in your womb blood, and it's very precious. It's very, very precious. And there's been a history among women and cultures, in particular the Western culture, of throwing that away or making it gross or disgusting. And worthless. In fact, not even seen as valuable at all, but seen as garbage. And it isn't. It's the exact opposite. It's a precious, precious fluid, sacred fluid, and it can be used for many things, not the least of which is to heal yourself. And the way I use it to heal myself is that I collect my womb blood in a diva cup and I apply it to my face. It has the largest amount of stem cells available, and it can beautify your face. It can reduce puffiness. It can provide youthfulness and healing and nourishment to your skin. I put it all over my skin and on my throat and my chest and my breasts. And I even take it internally. If it's fresh, it's totally fine to take it internally. And I suggest you always give it back to the earth as an offering to our mother, to Pachamama, to where we came from. And it's a very, very precious thing to be a womb carrier and to bleed. And as I age, I'm almost 47. I know that I will only have a limited amount of time of bleeding, and so I'm very grateful every time that I do. And but it's a lot, it's a lot. There's a lot of emotions that come up. There's a lot of anger that comes up. Last night I was feeling a lot of collective anger around the divine feminine and wombs and womb carriers and the collective womb. And in particular, I want to speak to and address and talk to how important it is as womb carriers, as women, that we don't fall into a role of victimhood and of blaming and of seeing men as the problem or the masculine as the problem and getting angry at the patriarchy. I feel it can be helpful to have grief around what we've all been experiencing because of these imbalances, but it's not helpful to blame, and it's not helpful to fall prey to being a victim. And in my mind, and the download that I received, is that there is a huge collective momentum, especially amongst women, to fall into this victimhood role. And it's important that we make a strong push out of that, and we help. We help by holding the vibration of healing and of positivity and of love and devotion to sacred union and to balance and to equanimity. And the only way we can do that is to repattern our thoughts and to redirect any anger or sadness or grief we have back to the mother and give it to her and let her handle it, and create a spaciousness within ourselves to find more balance and more equanimity and peacefulness, and to trust, cultivate that trust in the process, cultivate that trust in ourselves, and cultivate trust in men. I've had a long history of having imbalanced relations with men that have been very hard for me to come to terms with. And so I have this inclination to not trust men. And I noticed that last night in particular, when I was having some things come up with my partner that were heated. And I don't want to feel that way. I want to trust my man. I want to trust men, and I want to feel safe in the world. And so the only way we can do that is to change the mindset internally. That's our locus of control. And that's where our focus should be. So I'm just encouraging the women out there to really focus on healing yourself, healing the imbalances within, and taking accountability, and not allowing oneself to fall into this vibration, which is a huge collective weight of victimhood mentality out there, and go against the grain and go swim upstream towards the light, And so just want to encourage you to do that and find ways to do that. And that means taking care of oneself and making sure that your vibration is high and you can see more clearly the totality of what's happening and what will be of actual ultimate benefit to us all. And I'd love to assist women at this time. If you feel called to reach out for support, emotional support, around your womb, around your emotions, around your health, your fitness, your nutrition, your herbal needs, supplementation, all of that, movement, meditation, yoga, please reach out to me. I offer sliding scale exchange for over the phone or Zoom counseling sessions. I've been working with women for over 7 years now. I've had 5 children and I'm a grandmother, and I have a lot of experience in these ways, and I'd really love to hold space for more women. And as I tune in more to the island here and the community here, I'm calling forth more women who can join me in that and really help me hold the space and a safe container for women to express themselves and to rewrite patterns of victimhood mentality and really work towards healing and work towards congruency and wholesomeness and holiness and return to purity and innocence and rebirthing, So this is a beautiful year for that to be true, and I'm really grateful to be here in the jungle with Mama Ocean so I can learn how to do that for myself, so I can hold space for myself to do that in order to hold space for others to do that as well. In the comments, in the description, I'll put a link to my website and also my Facebook profile name and my email, so you can reach out to me and contact me about counseling and guidance. I'd love to be of a service to you women out there, and I'd love to hold space for you to emote, to talk, to cry, to express, and to release, and to come back to wholeness and balance and harmony. And to find ways to work with your womb blood that feel good to you, and to honor yourself and your process and your womb, and therefore help future generations do that as well. We're at a very pivotal point in history where we have the consciousness to turn the tides on old patterns, old ways of thinking, and return back to wholeness and sacred union within. And that takes a lot of effort, and it takes a strong push, and it takes leadership, and it takes a strong intention, and it takes prayer, and it takes dedication, and it takes daily focus. So I know this is a lot of work, and we're not meant to do it alone. We're meant to do it as a group. We're meant to do it in tribe. We're meant to do it together in circle. So I love to hold space for you, one-on-one or in circle. So please reach out to me. I'm totally available. I'd love to do that. And just sending you so much love. Womb carriers, you're doing great. Just keep focusing on your heart, focusing on love, focusing on healing, focusing on yourself. It's never a selfish act to take good care of yourself. It's never a selfish act to take days off when you're bleeding and attend to your body and attend to your heart and attend to your emotions and rest and rejuvenate and swim and do what makes you happy. Sing and use your voice and cry and express yourself, So I know there's a lot of loneliness in the world, but you're not alone. There's lots of women out there that are in the same position, and there are women who are here to help, and I am definitely feeling called to help women. So please reach out to me. I'd be happy to help you, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you'd like to hear more about my process and where I'm at and what I'm doing in the world, and how I'm healing myself so I can help others heal, and what it's like to be a woman, what it's like to be a mother, what it's like to be a grandmother, what it's like to experience life from this vantage point. I just love sharing that. So I'm grateful that you're here and you're listening and that you're curious, and thank you so much. Mahalo for your attention. Bless you. Aloha.